Okay, so this is Drunken Bedtime Story Times with gloryszabo, episode number 1. I'm gonna have this unicorn here for dramatic effect. Ah, ah. How are you doing, children? Oh, I'm good. How about that? Okay, so I spent quite some time deliberating upon this story, so here it is. Okay, here we go. Fuck off, unicorn. You're distracting me. Alright, so once upon a time, move this real quick. I'm drunk, so there's that. That was the point, I guess. So, alright. Okay. Once upon a time, there was this princess named Story. And Story was a perfect girl. She was a princess. She was beautiful. She was smart. She was compassionate. Anything that any guy has ever wanted, she was that. And so all the guys in the kingdom wanted to marry her, and were completely mesmerized by her all the time, anywhere where she ever went. But there was one flaw that she had, which was she couldn't feel any emotions. She could never cry or laugh. And she felt something for people. She wasn't quite sure what it is. She didn't know if it was a feeling or, she mostly just felt indifferent. But she was polite to people because she understood that they had feelings and that they felt sad and happy. So she wanted to be nice to them. Not because she empathized with them, but because she conceptually could grasp the fact that other people felt emotions. So she wanted to be polite with them, or whatever. And she was very disturbed by her own situation, and she wanted to have feelings. This is what I'm drinking, so there's that. Cool. She wanted to have feelings for people, and so she went out of her way to try to have that, because she envied them in a way of having that capability of, feeling emotions, but she couldn't have those. So she decided to fall in love, and the king, her father, decided to throw a party for her 18th birthday. So she went there. She sat down on the throne next to her father, and she was very jaded, and all of a sudden she saw this guy that was very average looking, but she just thought, this is the one. She didn't think, this is the one that I'm gonna wake up next to the rest of my life, or marry, or make the prince of the kingdom. She just thought this was the one that I was gonna fall in love with. And the first feeling that she ever felt was confusion, because she didn't know what to do about it. And he wasn't very special. He was a very average looking person. He looked like any other count that was there, that was trying to talk to her and trying to impress her, but she just wasn't interested in them. But she was interested in this one guy. And so she went up to her to him. Because, sorry, because she knew that she could have anything that she ever wanted. And so she approached him and she was like, "Hi, it's a very lovely evening, isn't it?" And he said, "Well, yes, Your Majesty, it is. Would you like to get some fresh air?" And she felt another emotion, and it was also confusing, but it was mostly just being noticed for who she was trying to be. And so she said, "Yes, I would love to have some fresh air." And so they went out on the balcony. And the man grabbed her hand and he said, "My name is Peter," which is a very average name. I mean, he looked like anybody else. He could have been anybody else, but she just happened to think that she was going to fall in love with him. He was just like all the other counts. But there was something about him, and she couldn't really categorize it or pinpoint it. It just happened to be the case that she fell in love with him because she wanted to. And so she said, "So how do you enjoy the party, Peter?" And he said, "I never really liked any of these royal folk. They're just boring for me." And she said, "Well, but this is my birthday party. I mean, you're not supposed to say that to the princess at her birthday party, that you don't enjoy it." And he said, "Well, I'm sorry, Your Majesty, I'm just being honest." And she all of a sudden felt all these other emotions of being deserted and being betrayed and being let down and loving somebody that doesn't love you back or doesn't care about you. And then all of a sudden he said, "Well, shall we go back inside?" And she said, yes, I would love to go back inside." And so they did. And she sat back on the throne. And he went into the corner and he looked around and he saw this other girl. And they started dancing. And she just looked at them. And then came midnight. And she said to her father, "Your Highness, I shall retire now." And so she did. And she woke up the next morning feeling the same, empty as before, and incapable of feelings. So she decided that she wants to fall in love again. End of story. Good night, my children. I shall retire now. I hope that was sufficient. I tried. Okay, love you guys. Good night now. I hope that story wasn't lame. Alright. Be good now. Take care of yourselves. Don't drink these ever. Anything along these lines is just bad news. Okay. Bye.